Hello, people of YouTube, people of internet, and people of world. It is I, the Classic Juan, coming to you from inside of my mobile studio with my good friend, Mega Man. So today is a special day. And you may be asking yourself, why am I watching the Classic J post a video on a Tuesday? He doesn't normally do that. He posts videos on Thursday. You'd be right if you thought that. But the reason that we're posting videos on Tuesday is because this week marks the beginning of a new adventure. That's right, a new adventure. And that adventure is that we will now be streaming videos on Thursdays from our Twitch account. That's right, I will be switching videos. I will be streaming videos from my Twitch account on Thursdays from 9 to 10 p.m. Those videos will be me playing, you guessed it, classic games. And so from now on, you'll be catching my YouTube videos on Tuesdays and my Twitch videos on Thursday. That's right, double dose of the Classic Juan. Woo! So, what are we going to be playing on Twitch this Thursday? Well, this Thursday, I wanted to start off with something classic. I wanted to start off with something that was awesome. I wanted to start off with something that would really get everybody's attention and would make everybody feel like this is the essence of the Classic Juan right here. I get him now. I understand where he comes from. So, we are going to be streaming one of the first 6 games from the Mega Man series. That's right, one of Mega Man 1 through 6. You pick the game. That's right, you get to pick the game that I will be streaming. You get to pick from Mega Man 1 all the way to Mega Man 6. I want you to cast your votes in the comments below. You can go to the Beard Dead Facebook page and post your comments there, and I will tally all that up, and whatever the decision is, then I will play that game. If there are no votes, well, then sadly, you'll have to be forced to watch the game that I choose, which would likely be Mega Man 3. But hey, that's my preference. So why Mega Man? What's so awesome about Mega Man? Well, I'm going to take this time on this YouTube video to give you a little background on Mega Man and why I like it so much, why it's a personal favorite of mine, why it probably comes in the top 20 of all NES games, and just some general information about Mega Man and why he's kind of an awesome character. So, the general premise of Mega Man is that Dr. Wily is an assistant to the creator of Mega Man. And Dr. Wily reprograms a whole bunch of robots, and they all run rapid, and they try to take over the world. And Mega Man's creator reprograms him to be Mega Man and to fight Dr. Wily and all of the evil rapid robots. And so the premise is pretty basic. Yes, that's pretty short synopsis of what's going on, but that's the general idea. So Mega Man is a very long series. The series, I think, still has some components still coming out now, and so the game has changed multiple times with multiple different story arcs happening simultaneously. But one of the things that's the greatest about Mega Man, and I think one of the things that will remain great about Mega Man, is that the first 6 games have one story arc, and that story arc has never been completely concluded. There's no conclusion to that story arc, and I don't think there ever will be, because the game is so classic now. It is just kind of engraved in the history of gaming, and so to conclude that, 20 years after the fact would kind of be like a letdown. I feel like you gotta just let it lay, just let it be awesome, let it continue to be awesome, let the imaginations of the gamers run rampant. And so what makes Mega Man so awesome? Why do I care so much about Mega Man? Why is he right there as my little buddy accompanying me? Why is he on my Twitch account up top when you come visit? Why is Mega Man such a cool character to me? Well, there's a lot of things about Mega Man and the game series that is awesome to me. And so to begin, the general gameplay to me is awesome. The gameplay requires multiple basic skills, and I feel like Mega Man is always a good introduction for anybody that's starting to play video games, especially kids. I feel like Mega Man is a great skill builder and a great a great builder of character for kids. And why do I say that? Well, Mega Man is one of those games where there's only so much damage Mega Man can take. If Mega Man has a huge fall on, say, something sharp, he's dead. There's no life lost there. There's just death. And so the game is built in a way where it provides a little bit of leeway with certain kinds of injuries and not so much with other kinds of injuries. And I feel like that kind of sets the tone for multiple games across the board for all the classic games. It also has, like I was mentioning earlier, skill development, and skill development in the sense of platform jumping, timing when to shoot. You only, for the vast majority of the games, get to shoot forward, and that requires you to have to jump and aim and time and all that kind of stuff. And that's important. That's important because that, once again, spans a lot of these action adventure games from the classic game era, from the 8-bit era. You have to do a lot of that, and I think that sets the tone for that. Platform jumping is important, but what's really, I think, that the crux of the whole thing, and one of the things that sets Mega Man apart, is you get to pick the bosses in the sequence that you want to. And so Mega Man is one of those games that you can make as hard for yourself or as easy for yourself as possible. And now with the advent of the internet, that changes the way people play the game, because you'll obviously go on the internet and Google the easiest way to beat that particular game, and they'll give you the order of the bosses to fight and how to use their powers and how that gives you an advantage and all that other stuff. But if you set your kid up to go in there and play Mega Man blind, it'll set up a level where they have to get an understanding of the bosses, get an understanding of weaknesses, get an understanding of creating a game plan before they even start to play the game. You sit there on that boss choosing screen. Most of the times you can kind of delineate or figure out who's going to be weak to what and what is the tactic that you want to approach this at. And so that is awesome, just across the board. Mega Man has very memorable music. I mean, the Mega Man theme song at one point was the ringtone for my phone. Now it's Mega Man's Death and the Proto Man theme song, both of which are very memorable sounds. And so the music is, for me, also really awesome. I think Mega Man music is probably the reason that I enjoy dubstep music. I think Mega Man encouraged my love for electronica. I don't know. I'm not saying that I love electronica and that's my favorite music type, but I feel like I would probably despise it if it wasn't for Mega Man. So thank you, Mega Man. And basically every other 8-bit song, but specifically Mega Man. And last but not least, Mega Man has memorable characters. Memorable characters. We got Mega Man, memorable character. Proto Man, memorable character. Rush, a sidekick dog, memorable character. Dr. Wily, Zero. I mean, there's just so much going on in the Mega Man universe that it's so awesome. It's so awesome. I love it. I love it. It's deep. You can delve as deep as you want into the Mega Man universe and never come up for air, or you could just keep it shallow and just get your toes wet. Get your toes wet. Either way, it's freaking enjoyable. So this Thursday at 9 p.m. I will be streaming from my Twitch account, and you'll see that address down there. I will be streaming Mega Man 1 through 6. You choose, leave comments below. Facebook, YouTube, just wherever. I will tally them up and I will play one of those 6 games for you live. Now, expectations, I'm not going to speed run it. I'm not a speed runner. Number 2, I probably will die a few times. It's been a while. Number 3, we're just going to sit back, relax, drink some beers, talk about classic games, and I'll kind of give you some more insight into why I think Mega Man is awesome while I'm playing through it. Things that you might be able to do, things to avoid, how to improve the skill set there. So it's just going to be a cool time to hang out with some friends. You hang out with me, I'll hang out with you. You guys hang out with each other. It's going to be fun. We'll drink some beers, we'll play some games, we'll have a good time. So join me on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/theclassicjuan. It's my Twitch account. We're going to start at 9, maybe a little before, maybe a little after, depending on when my kids go to sleep. But yeah, we'll have a good time. We'll stream, and we'll go from there. So that's my 2 cents about the Mega Man for right now. We'll talk more on Thursday. I hope to see you guys there. And until then, keep it classic, guys.